Yeah, welcome. Hey, everyone. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Welcome to OpenBxRx. Coming up on today's show, we're here from an author, coach, engineer, and speaker on her unique approach to achieving success and how she is helping others become the best version of themselves. Then 'tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. You can spread that holiday cheer. We're here from a member of the Riverdale Choral Society about how they are gearing up to spread some Christmas spirit. After that, we'll talk to the founder and CEO of the Hospitality Service Organization that is gearing up for a busy final 2 months and see what they've got cooking. I would like to open up the pot and see what's in there. And speaking of cooking, Bobby C is going to be cooking. He has the latest in the world of sports. And then finally, we'll find out how an organization is promoting wellness and a culture of inclusion in the cannabis industry. Watch out. All of this and more is headed your way. We're wide open. Hey everyone, I'm the Doc Bob Lee. You're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. You can stay connected to us through social media at Bronx Net TV. Now, leading things off, our first guest is a coach, engineer, speaker, and the author of Intentional Unicorn. And she's going to speak about Intentional Unicorn and how she is helping the Latinx achieve the best version of themselves in any industry. So please welcome to the show, Jennie from the block, Jennie Lopez.
All right. Thanks for having me here.
How are you? Welcome.
I'm doing awesome and even better now that I'm with you.
Oh, that feels so good. Now, are you in Puerto Rico right now?
I wish. No, I am from Puerto Rico, but I live in Indianapolis.
Oh, how did that happen?
Grad school.
That'll do it every time, I tell you that. So, what are we talking about right here? We're talking about cannabis. How did it all start? You went from Puerto Rico to grad school to the cannabis business.
No, nothing about cannabis. I actually have had an interesting career as a dancer and fitness instructor. I have had many experiences as a backup dancer, TV show, NFL cheerleader,
Uh-huh.
and also an education specialist for the company Zumba. And then I'm also a chemical engineer, and I have been in the corporate world for 20 years. And I'm an associate vice president in HR.
Yeah. So how did you become the chemical engineer?
Because I really wanted to go to Broadway. And my dad said, no, that's field. You're going to be an engineer.
Yeah.
So I told him I was going to do both.
Yeah. All right. So you're doing both. So talk about some of the things that you're doing. What do you want the public to know about all the wonderful things that you're doing right about now?
Yeah, my personal mission is really close the representation gap with the Latin talent in the corporate world. Unfortunately, even though you see my career as something wonderful, it has been a really rough journey. And part of it is because I tried to change who I was to fit the corporate avatar of what success looks like
Uh-huh.
in the way I talk, in the way I dress, in the way I behave. And when I realized that what made me me is what made me unique and was when I operated at my best, that's when my career took off. And I want everybody to feel that same confidence to be themselves because it's the only way
Uh-huh.
that we can close the cycle of doing the same kind of leader out there.
Yeah. Jennie, how did you come up with the name Intentional Unicorn?
So I was in a leadership program and they said, hey, if you had to draw what would be your memoir, what would that look like? And I didn't know what to do.
Oh, yeah.
All of my friends were doing something deep about fixing world problems, finding solutions for diseases. And this is what I did. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I see
But
it.
it's this like, this is me. And half of me is my professional me,
Uh-huh.
and the other side is my artistic side. And that little ponytail, it looked like a horn, like a unicorn.
Yeah. Uh,
And I realized is that I always felt like a unicorn, that I stood out for the wrong reasons.
uh-huh.
But when I realized that each side of me made the other one better, I said, you know what? Yes, I'm a unicorn, but I'm an intentional one.
That's right. Intentional unicorn. Thus the name intentional
Yes,
unicorn. Yeah. So how are
yes.
we helping people?
How are we helping people? In this book over here, I go through my journey, but it's not unique. A lot of people can really relate to it.
Uh-huh.
And part of it is like in success, 20% is the training and the experiences that you have, but 80% is here. I go through a lot of mindset strategies here. Also, any goal that you want to achieve, every chapter has a little bit of a journey from the moment you decide to the moment you want to share it to the world.
Yeah.
So I want people to learn two things. First of all, work on your mindset, almost like you're going to the gym, like working on that muscle,
Uh-huh.
because it's what's gonna keep you going in the good times and the bad times. And the other thing is that really understand what your superpowers are and live with them. Like be your authentic self. Be seen, be heard, and be felt. Because it's the only way we can continue to increase representation out there.
Yeah. Use what you got to get what you need. Use those senses, right? Be seen, be
Absolutely.
heard. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I like what you're doing. So you're doing all this out in Indiana right about now?
Well, nationwide. So I am a keynote speaker for many companies out there in the US,
Uh-huh.
and I also help them with workshops as well. And I love social media.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in everyone under Intentional Unicorns. So I'm always sharing tools, strategies, and learning.
I like that. All right. Good, 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 good. Do you have anything coming up that we should know about that you're doing?
Actually, because of the Hispanic Heritage Month, when I came to a close, I'm in a little break right now
Okay.
until I start next year. But I'm super excited about that. My book is now in all formats and it's in Amazon.
All right. So we go to Amazon.com and pick that book up, right? It's right there.
Yes, absolutely.
Is
And
it?
the way it's different is that it's like a conversation. It's not a research based book, it's not a
Ah,
memoir. It's me sharing my stories from the time I moved from Puerto Rico to here. And I also do a lot of reflection questions. So that way you as a reader become the main character.
that's what makes that book different from others, right?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Um, can you get it in audiobooks?
Not yet. I'm working on
You're
that.
working on it. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And
So it's in ebook and the hardcover.
and bilingual?
Right now, English.
So you've got some
But
work. So you still got a whole lot of work to do in that book. You're going to market it,
I
and
do.
add some other things, add the audio books to it, and everything. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
But you know what, Bob?
Why?
I was just talking to somebody who said, hey, when is the audiobook going to be released? Which it will be soon. But when you hear to something, are you going to remember and apply the learning?
Yeah,
So this is almost like you want to have like a journal with you, read it,
yeah,
digest it, and then say what you're going to do with that learning. It's the
yeah,
only way you can continue to have success.
yeah. Because it has to be reinforced. You read the book, you
Yes,
say the words, and when you say the words, it goes into your ears. It's going into your eyes, and you're using all your senses to absorb a lot of the stuff that you have in the book. Now,
absolutely.
now, tell us about the coaching that you're involved in.
Yeah, it's pretty much targeted for the Latinx talent,
Uh huh.
and it's about mindset and from a corporate perspective, the things that they don't tell you about mentoring, sponsoring, personal branding, and all of that. So
Uh huh.
it's a 6 week program, one-on-one coaching with me.
101. Okay, one on one.
Yes,
That's excellent because people want that. A lot of times they try to reach out to a certain person and they can't get that person. Even when people take things back to the store or something like that, they want to talk to a person to go, from point A to point B. Sometimes
absolutely.
that doesn't happen. But I'm glad you're doing that. So
Thank you.
you're open for business. You're open for teaching, helping others get what they need out of life, and that's a perfect thing. I like that. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you're doing to help people in our community.
You're very welcome.
Now,
Always here, happy to help.
yeah. Now, where can we go? Give us social media. I know you love social media. Give us social media, your websites, and everything.
Well, everything is Intentional Unicorn. The website is www.intentionalunicorn.com. And everything TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Intentional Unicorn.
There you go. Now, when are you going back to visit Puerto Rico?
Oh my goodness, I just went there. We missed each other for a couple of weeks.
See? All right. Well,
Beautiful island.
thanks for hanging out with us, and thank you for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
You too. All right, we'll take a quick break right here. We'll come back and give you a whole lot more. Coming up next on Open.
We built a media network for you.
BronxNet TV.
Come learn in your new state-of-the-art studios at Lehman College.
At Mercy College.
And coming soon to the South Bronx in the Hub.
Inspire with your stories, culture, history.
Your Bronx on BronxNet.
Engage with us.
Connect with us at your channels and at bronxnet.tv.
Learn, engage, inspire. BronxNet TV.
From the Bronx
to the world.
BronxNet.
And welcome back. Hey, our next guest is the part-time program manager at Teachers College and a member of the Riverdale Choral Society. She joins us to speak about the Choral Society's upcoming winter concert. Watch out. So we welcome to the show Katie Davis. Katie, how are you?
I am well. How are you, Bob?
Good, good, good. Did you tune up the voice? Because, you know, we're going to get you to sing a little piece there.
Oh, that is not happening.
How do you do it?
You have to see us in December if you want to hear it.
We'll come to the concert and check the whole thing out. But listen, how long has the Riverdale Choral Society, how long have you guys been in effect?
Believe it or not, since 1964.
64.
Yeah, and we have some members that were there almost from the start, but we've got lots of new people, and it's making the course very exciting and very alive.
Yeah. And are you're gearing up now for, you're going to be in concert at a number of different places, or you got one spot that you're looking at that everybody can come to?
Yeah. So we have one concert planned for Sunday, December 4th, 3 p.m. at Christ Church, Riverdale. And it's a great location because you can actually get there by taking the 1 train to 231st and then taking the number 10 or 7 bus right to the front of the church. So it's really, really easy to get to. This year, we're doing 2 pieces, 2 sets of works. The first one is called Carols and Lullabies, Christmas in the Southwest, and that's all in Spanish.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we're doing a Ceremony of Carols by Benjamin Britten. And then we're also doing some Hanukkah pieces, of course, because this is the season. This year, for the first time, we have done lots of recruiting for Spanish-speaking members. And we have done our recruitment flyer in English and Spanish, and we've gotten great response. We're up to about 50 members, and we're always looking for more members, but right now we're looking for people to come to the concert.
Oh, great. So, well, let's go back to that for a quick second. You're looking for members. How can people qualify?
If you can sing and you have a little bit of sight reading experience, not too much, there's lots of help that's given to people who are new singers.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. We have a music director who is very patient and helpful, and the fellow members are helpful, and we look forward to as many people as possible. The bigger the chorus, the more interesting works we can perform. So we very much encourage people to come join us. But most importantly for now, and now we're almost into this new concert, so it would be hard to be a new member until January.
Yeah.
But we have an email address, info@riverdalechoral.org. If anyone's interested in auditioning or coming and seeing a rehearsal, we encourage that.
We're going to mention that again, of course. And I'm sure people who want to get involved and want to sing with you can come down to the concert and see how it's all done. You know?
Absolutely. They can see the finished product. And that usually
I have an operating room. Everybody's up there working the controls. I think a couple of them up there want to sing. So we'll see if we can bring some of the Bronx Net people down.
Reach out to them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stephen, you hear that? FM, you guys ready? Get your voices ready. Okay.
We've had a really great recruiting effort and lots of tenors and basses, which are always hard to find in choruses. So we're really, really happy with the membership right now.
Oh, we have any basses? We have any bassists up there? They're singing in my ear right now. You know, you gotta, I can't audition you right now. They're trying to audition in my ear here. You have to see Katie. Katie will take care of that, right, Katie? So tenors and bassists.
And sopranos and altos. We want as many people to be involved. We want to represent our borough, and the more the merrier.
Yeah. What does the 2023 look like for RCS?
Well, we're doing a piece that we did a few years ago that we loved so much, and it's called the Bluegrass Mass.
Whoa. All right.
Yeah, very different. And one of our members actually went on a singing tour and sang it in Scotland and loved it so much she came back and sold our director, and we sang it a few years ago, and we're looking forward to singing it again in the spring.
Yeah.
And we're hoping in next December we will be able to do Handel's Messiah in Spanish.
Oh, I love it. All right.
Which is something really new and different. We're very excited about it.
Let me see if I can get my voice ready to maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I can help out a little bit. Katie, I know you have the winter concert coming up. How's that going to look? Can you explain that? How did it look in the past, and how do you want it to look now?
So Christ Church is it's a beautiful restored church. It's a beautiful place that's very uplifting.
Yeah. And
the concert is at 3:00, so it's it's a winter Sunday. You just get that beautiful feeling of being in a calm place. The pieces have, and the chorus is on the altar, obviously. There are solos in the pieces that are going to be sung by the people in the chorus, which is not always done and very exciting. There's a very small instrumental, like there's a harp, a guitar, and probably a piano, but it's not a big orchestra. It's a very intimate and joyful concert. I mean, the Spanish pieces are just wonderful. And so the ceremony of carols are old English type of tunes, but carols and lullabies are all beautiful, light, and exciting. Yeah, it's really lovely.
Katie, are you singing with them this year?
Yes, I am.
All right. Can you give us a touch of what you're going to be singing? Just a little piece. You're tuning
No,
up.
I don't. Yes, I don't think so. It's a work that's done by a group, and individually, it doesn't really mean anything.
Because you got to get the harmony and everything working together, right? Yes, I understand. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys and hearing you guys. That address again is?
It is 40 at Christchurch, Riverdale, 1540 Henry Hudson Parkway in Riverdale. And we have a website, riverdalechoral.org.
Yeah.
And we've also got a Facebook page, and we'd love to be liked by everyone in the Bronx.
Yeah, and what's that date again? We're going to post it up there.
Yeah, December 4th, 3:00 p.m.
There you go. All right. And I'm sure it will bring us into the Christmas season and get us into the spirit and everything. That would be so great. Here we go. You can kick us off, Katie.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm not singing.
No, I mean, you kick us off that day on the 4th. We'll come down and watch you.
Please come, and you can buy tickets online. If you look at our website, you can buy them at the door. We'd love to have a full house where we have to set up extra chairs. That would be fantastic.
Beautiful. Give us the website again.
www.riverdalechoral.org.
Katie Davis, Riverdale Choral Society Choir. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and always come back. And maybe we can come down in and maybe get some video of it, and we can play it back on Bronx Night.
You are more than welcome. Let's do that. I love that idea.
All right. And if we don't, maybe somebody can videotape it, and when you come back, we can play it in the background. Say, hey, let's go to the videotape.
We can do that. That sounds great.
There you go. Katie, thank you so much. We love you. Happy holidays to you.
Same to you. Thank you, Bob.
Okay. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll hook you up some more right here on Open. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, our next guest is a friend of the show. He surely is. And he's the CEO of MASC. It's a wonderful group, and he's founder of the Bronx Night Market and Brooklyn Night Market and Uptown Night Market, and he just keeps going on and on and on until the break of dawn. He just keeps opening them up, and he's going to sit down with us to promote his next market event. So please welcome to the show, Marco Shalma. Marco, welcome.
Hey man, how you doing? Thanks for having me again. I appreciate you guys.
I see you didn't have that chain when you first came on the show.
I had that chain, but I keep hiding it. I wore it down.
Hey, tell us, this is very, very successful. I have a friend of mine that you're working with uptown in Harlem, another friend in Brooklyn. They're opening up all over the place. This is a successful thing that you're doing here. Tell us what the plans are. I know you got the final ones coming up for the season, and then we're going to open up again for probably spring, right?
Yeah. So, from humble beginnings in the Bronx, we started 5 years ago in the Bronx. We did something that really resonated with people and that people really like. It's a large scale food festival that has a lot of the cultural aspect to it. And we took that model that we perfected in the Bronx and took it out to Harlem and then took it to Brooklyn. And, like you said, this is a big couple of weeks for us. This is the season finale for the Uptown Night Market and then the Bronx Night Market. And, we're going to go all out, pull all the stops and really, really want to make sure that the community, have a little taste getting ready for next year, So it's important for us to do something real big, real fun to finish the year.
I like that. And all kinds of food from different cultures. And that's important. And, it's a wonderful opportunity for people to get together, bring the whole family down, and experience what's going on there at the night market. Taste the different types of foods from different cultures and so on and so forth.
You already know, man. This is like we are the largest culinary combination in New York City. We bring more cultures together under the roof of the night market than any other business in the city. And it is important to us to kind of express that, because, the rule is like this. You can't hate on people after you eat their food. And our goal is many cultures possible and contribute our part to that, So we're feeling humble and blessed to be able to continue to do that and continue to grow and give more job opportunities and reach more demographics.
Yeah. You want to shout out any of the vendors or the people who are coming down working with you?
If you got a few more minutes to have me over here, I'm going to have to go to a list of 70. But otherwise, I would want to shout out my team that has been pulling through this entire season. We're talking over 100 fans. And you know what? Sometimes those guys in the background don't get enough feedback or enough credit, So I want to shout out the team that's been doing that day in, day out, building incredible events and, working with the communities. That's really who I would like to shout out.
Excellent. What can our viewers or people coming down to eat, what can they expect from this holiday season at the night market?
Oh man, listen, we got the largest selection of Caribbean food out there. Anything from you can name any part of the Caribbean. Latin food, we got everything from obviously birria tacos, but we're talking about pinchos, we're talking about empanadas, different one. We got the regular one, the pastillas, we got the empanadas, the Colombian one made out of corn. We got German food, Italian food, anything, more traditional kind of grubs, but also some of the new food porn element that you can see downtown and in the West Coast. It's just a great party, for your taste buds. And we always say our rule is like this: come happy, bring stretchy pants.
There you go. And how many vendors do you have? And how many, if somebody wants to get involved and become a new vendor, can they do so?
I think for the season, being the season finale, is not going to happen, but we always welcome new vendors and new businesses. We actually working, and we can talk about it later on, we are working to create an incubator for small businesses, people that have a mindset of hey, I have this thing that I want to do. We are creating something right now, working with the Fordham Road Bid to have this incubator to support those. If anybody wants to join our vendor family, they should go and check our website. It's masshospitalitygroup.com. They can apply over there. We'll guide them through the process and hopefully incorporate them into our next year event. Next year is going to be, we are already know that we are extending the seasons of all brands and adding some new ones. We're going to have Albany Night Market coming in, Long Island Night Market coming in, and as long as the community loves what we do, we're gonna keep growing and keep giving. They like.
Yeah. What's the address on the locations that we're doing right now?
Sorry, say it again.
What is the address of the locations that we're doing right now? The one in the Bronx, the one in Harlem, one in Brooklyn.
So this Thursday, we have the season finale for the Uptown Night Market. That's on 12th Avenue and 133rd Street.
Got it.
Starting at 4 p.m. on Thursday. Following Saturday, November 19th, that's the good old classic Bronx Night Market in Fordham Plaza. That's one Fordham Plaza right on 189 and 3rd Avenue, starting at 1 p.m. Both of them are going to be fantastic. We're going all out. We're going to make sure that the crowd comes and have a good time. There's going to be some amazing food, amazing merchandise, fantastic performances, and everybody who come over here is going to be part of a raffle that we do just to say, like, hey, thank you for supporting us all year long.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. So, and you also have a stage there. You mentioned performances.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we try to make sure that every location that we go, we have local performers combined with different elements. Sometimes it could be like, dancers. Sometimes it could be like a full band. Sometimes it's a DJ. But we got to make sure that we do that. I don't want to give too much out, but we've created some fantastic plan for both season finales. And if you're not going to come, you're going to miss it. So I recommend you come and not watch it on social media afterward and say like, I should have gone.
You can't taste it if you're just watching, from social media or from the website. You can't. You have to be there. You have to feel it, taste it, see it, hear it. You'll believe it. Seeing is believing.
Exactly. The whole vibe is concentrated around having, when you see thousands of people enjoying, thousands of people smiling, thousands of people holding hands and just taking photos, you did something right, and that's what I'm saying. Come on down, say hi to me, say hi to the team. Let's eat, drink together.
It's like a huge San Gennaro feast.
I'd like to say we better.
Oh, I left that out there for you to say.
What makes us unique is the strong connection to the community that we are in. We understand how food plays a great part, but how the cultural aspect of that and the small business aspect of that really kind of complete the entire picture. So I feel the New York City knows what's up, and he knows what we bring it, and we bring a good product.
All right, so we can go onto the web to check everything out. Everything's right there. Everything's stated, the dates and times and all that stuff. What's the website?
MASCHospitalitygroup.com.
That's MASC hospitalitygroup.com. Excellent. Hey, nice to see you, buddy. Hope to see you in person.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Looking forward to seeing you in one of the finales this next couple of weeks.
We're going to come hungry. We're going to bring a crew. We're going to come hungry, man.
Hey, you're not scaring us. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you so much. Hey, we're going to take a quick break right here, but Bobby C, he's up next. He has the latest in the world of sports coming your way next.
Good morning, sports fans. We begin our look at sports right here on the same grounds as our amazing television studios at BronxNet, and that's Lehman College. The Lehman Lightning men's soccer team are your 2022 CUNYAC champions, bound for the NCAA Division III tournament. Lehman posted a 3-1 triumph over Baruch College in the CUNYAC final at Queens College. The result qualifies the Lightning for their first NCAA tourney since 2017. Check out these highlights from the championship game. Lehman, sporting a 10-4-2 record, opened the scoring in the 4th minute for the 1-0 advantage. The Lightning made it 2-0 in the 39th minute mark with another tally after the Bearcats were left with 10 players following the ejection of midfielder Jonah Corney. The defending CUNYAC champs cut into the lead in the 86th minute to make it 2-1. However, a minute later, the Lightning sealed the conference title and a trip to the NCAA with another score. Congrats to the Lehman Lightning. We'll stick with huge wins this morning and turn our attention to the National Football League. The New York Jets overcame a very slow start, a double-digit deficit, and a bizarre Skycam delay to deliver their biggest win in 7 years, a 2017 upset of the Buffalo Bills at MetLife Stadium. The Jets continued their improbable season with a dominating performance on defense. I still cannot believe this result, folks. 5 sacks and 2 interceptions by the Jets. Add in a bounce-back game by quarterback Zach Wilson and talk about providing a loud statement to the haters out there. 1 year after finishing 4-13, the Jets are now tied with the Miami Dolphins for second place in the AFC East, only a half game behind the Bills, a team that I was thinking has Super Bowl written all over them. We go inside the locker room for more with the Jets.
We was in a cover 2 concept, to my side, and the receiver got outside of me, and they had a running back that sat in front of me, running back or a receiver, I don't know. And I felt like I had a feel for Josh Allen and the throws he liked to make. So, I just was taking away to throw to the running back, and I was trying to time it up to make the play in the whole shot. Man, I was just looking at Gabe. I was looking at his eyes, and I didn't see no signs of the ball being thrown short. So I couldn't believe it. But I just kept seeing his eyes do that. I'm like, oh, man, he launched that ball for sure. So I just had to, stay calm and don't panic. He was trying to push off a little bit, but, I just stayed poised and I made a play when it was needed.
Not the same old Jets indeed. Gangrene went off as 10.5-point underdogs in this one, making them the biggest home underdogs with a winning record since 2007. They fell behind 14-3 on 2 touchdown runs by Bills quarterback Josh Allen. The game was also stopped for 11 minutes because of a broken cable on CBS's Skycam, which caused it to sink close to the field. It didn't matter. The Jets found a way down the stretch to pull this one out. Big-time win for the Jets. Well, the Jets didn't pull out this memorable AFC championship from Pittsburgh back in 2011, but it's still one of the greatest games our BronxNet cameras have ever captured. And it's the focus of our Turn Back the Clock segment this morning. Time for us to go in our time machine for a look back at the last time the Jets were serious contenders for the Super Bowl. Check this out.
With the terrible towel swirling, the Steelers raced down to a 7-0 lead on a 1-yard score by Rashard Mendenhall.
As a group, we have to come together collectively, to be one unit. And first half, we just came out flat. We came out flat. They jumped on the momentum, and they rode the momentum through the whole first half.
Fatigued, the Jets D would surrender 2 more scores and a field goal in the second quarter, including a questionable fumble recovery by Steelers cornerback William Gay, which he returned 19 yards for a 24-0 lead with 1:13 remaining before half.
I'm just happy for our team. I'm just happy for these fans, man, for the city of Pittsburgh, man. I just want to thank God, man, for allowing us to be in this position. Nobody thought we was going to win. Nobody thought we was going to be in this position. God is good.
Harris, a Steeler legend and one of the great backs in NFL history, was impressed by Mendenhall's 121 yards rushing and the overall effort of the black and yellow.
It just feels good to go to the Super Bowl again, to have that feeling, be on that stage, to be part of this, and once again, for a tough game, this is the Steelers. We fight to the end, and we have a culture and history here that's quite remarkable.
The Jets showed their mettle to start the third quarter as Mark Sanchez connected with former Steeler wideout and Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes for a 45-yard strike. The Jets had a chance to close the gap to 24-17 late in the fourth, but failed to score from inside the one, with LaDainian Tomlinson coming up short on a 4th and 1 with 7:44 left.
Hurts anytime you lose, especially when you get that close to your ultimate goal. And, I'm proud of the way our guys fought in the second half. Offensively and defensively, we just started slow, and it's really too bad because we have a great group, a really good group.
The Steelers got a big boost from Harris and Bronx native Willie Colon, who, although on injured reserve, provided a lift in the pregame mantra.
You guys back in the Super Bowl, how does it feel?
It was awesome. I mean, it was a collective effort. The trials that this line went through and the team overall, man, it's perseverance is right here in this locker room.
The Steelers, who have won 3 AFC titles in 6 years, are now heading to Dallas for Super Bowl 45, where they'll meet Green Bay on February 6th. The Jets head home, hoping for another shot at the Super Bowl next season.
From a crushing football loss to a crushing football win for one of the locals. On the college football gridiron, Fordham football remains among the elite, notching another victory. The Rams used 2 long runs to pull out a 59-17 Patriot League win over Bucknell University, as in long scoring runs, as Fordham closed out the first half with 24 unanswered points and then scored the final 21 points of the game for the W. With the win, Fordham improves to 7-2 overall, 3-1 in the Patriot League. What a team performance. The offense scoring 7 touchdowns, the defense 1, and special teams giving the offense excellent field position in this one. Senior quarterback Tim DeMorat completes 31 of 49 passes for 346 yards and 5 touchdowns, with 12 of those receptions going to senior wide receiver Fotis Kokosoulias for 132 yards and 2 scores. Here's more with the Fordham Rams.
Great to get a win, especially on the road, league win. I thought we were sloppy at times, didn't execute on either side of the ball for a stretch there, but kind of came together at the end. Special teams were fantastic, and found a way to get the job done. We had a good week of practice. I felt like we were prepared. It's kind of been par for the course in every game this year. We tend to not wake up until we get scored on. So, no difference this week. And, but we had a good second quarter, good fourth quarter. So, fortunately, it was enough.
We shift gears to the NBA hardwood, where the Brooklyn Nets continue to deal with the fallout of anti-Semitic comments made by star Kyrie Irving. We caught up with Kevin Durant for his take on playing through controversy.
It was a unique experience for sure, but a lot of guys been through different things in this league before, and a lot of guys been through some adversity in this league off the court, and having to lock back in and focus solely on the game. I think that we all get, a little bit of solace in doing that and just playing a game of basketball, being that camaraderie, that fellowship with your teammates. I think that was able to get us through. And there's going to be more peaks and valleys throughout the season, but this is probably going to be the toughest thing we deal with as a group. But to know that we can get through this and continue to stick together, I think that's important.
Not going to be easy for Brooklyn to navigate this noise Kyrie and the team have created for itself. I could see this derailing any championship hopes for the Brooklyn Nets. And after all, it's all about championships when it comes to the world of sports. With that said, we close this sports roundup with a champion of NASCAR, 2-time champion. Joey Logano won his second NASCAR championship with a victory in the winner-take-all finale at Phoenix Raceway, a win that gave Penske the Cup title and IndyCar title in the same season for the first time in 31 attempts. It was the 4th win of the season for Logano. Here's Logano on the title.
We had a good car, and I told the guys after we put on the pin the other day, I said, well, we got them down, now we put our foot on them, right? And that's the attitude you got to have, right? It's just what it is when it comes to this level. Your feelings are checked at the door, and then it's all about winning and nothing less than that. And so when you get this far, I said it all week, we weren't satisfied with being in the championship 4. There's nothing to celebrate for us. We've been here before. We know what it feels like to lose. And it's the worst feeling in the world, if I'm being honest. And winning is the best feeling in the world. So it's great to be able to accomplish it.
Those are the headlines. We hit the C list for a closer look at the Brooklyn Nets' troubles between the lines. The soap opera around the Brooklyn Nets has some set of plot twists of late. Kyrie Irving was tweeting and now has been suspended for 5 games and dropped by Nike with his endorsements. Steve Nash has stepped away as head coach, and his replacement could be the guy the Boston Celtics just suspended for the season due to a situation surrounding an improper relationship with a team staff member. In the midst of all of that, the Nets start 3-6 despite KD playing like an MVP. The Nets' defense has been dreadful this season, and perhaps the most overlooked narrative so far, the woeful play of Ben Simmons. Now, I get that he has a bum knee, but he just doesn't look like a guy that is going to rebound to be the third star that this team needs. Simmons is averaging 6.2 points per game on 44.1% shooting, with all of his points coming in the paint or from the free throw line. That's just bad, man. He has a career-low 12.7 usage rate. The Nets have moved him largely off of the basketball. Defensively, he's not even close to being the same player. With Kyrie causing a rift and Simmons nowhere to be found, it's hard to see this team seriously contending unless something changes soon and fast. Share your thoughts with me on socials at The Voice Bobby C. That's your look at sports. More Open. Back after this.
And welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm the Doc Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. And coming up next, our last guest is he's head of the corporate responsibility for Air Wellness Incorporated. He's here to speak about the work that his organization is doing in the wellness and cannabis space and how they are working to, they're going to do what they're going to do. I'm going to let him explain it. So please welcome to the show, Khari Edwards. Khari, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Bob.
Now, you're going to do what now?
So, Air Wellness.
You're going to destigmatize cannabis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
and how are we going to do that?
Well, really by just educating our community, communicating with our community. You know, Air Wellness is a multi-state operator in cannabis. We're in 9 states, looking to apply in New York as the medical expansion. And cannabis, unfortunately, has been something used against us as Black and brown people throughout history. And New York is doing a wonderful job of now bringing it into a space where we can create generational wealth, but more importantly, understand the healing of this plant.
Yeah, the healing, yeah. And this is not only for medicinal purposes, right?
Yeah, well, you know, you look at it like most of the people you meet smoking it, sitting around in a cipher, it's really also their healing, right? You know, back in the day it was called a peace pipe, but there are also medicinal uses where we have folks with autism, cancer, Crohn's disease. It's an amazing plant that has healing properties.
Yeah.
Our human body has a cannabinoid system, and no one really ever talks about it.
So since we know that, we're doing the research to delve into those areas to use cannabis to help the situation out.
Yes. What we've been doing as Air Wellness in anticipation of us coming to New York, we've been going to senior centers, giving seniors rubs. You know, they don't want to smoke it, but they'll rub it on the arthritis, they'll rub it on their back pain, and do amazing work. You know, it heals. And you know, the gummies are great for those who want to sleep. The seltzers that you chose are great for those who relax. You know, so we don't have to look at it as just something we smoke, but it really heals. And I'm a type 1 diabetic.
Yeah.
And it helped my eyesight, even though I'm wearing my glasses now.
Really?
Yes.
So it helps with glaucoma and everything.
Yeah, it's the Earth's most anti-inflammatory plant ever. Think about it, if you take ibuprofen over a course of time, it can destroy your liver. It creates chronic issues. If you taking this plant, you put it in your tea, nothing happens. No one's ever been addicted. No one ever had died from cannabis.
And you use it every day.
Yes, I take gummies. It's a little easier for me. The smoking's a little harsh. I use the Levia, and honestly, like when I used to play basketball, just rub that stuff on my wrist, and I'm good to go.
Oh yeah.
And so what we're trying to do is educate everyone on this medicinal properties of this.
Yeah. So a lot of basketball players are using it. Is that right?
I mean, the interest, I don't think they'll admit to it because after a while it does absorb into your bloodstream. But I know the NBA is not testing anymore. But it's better than Tiger Balm.
Yeah. What did Britney get accused of?
So she had vape cartridges, and you're transporting basically that's federally or internationally illegal, especially as a war. But she had the vape cartridges, and Russia they bagged her for that, and it's unfortunate she's going through that.
Yeah. So let's talk about your company, Air Wellness. What are some of the things that you're doing to help people in our community?
I mean, like I said earlier, we're doing your senior activations. We're in NYCHA talking to the residents because, you know, most of the folks in NYCHA.
Inside of New York City Housing Authority?
Yep, New York City Housing Authority.
Yeah.
Many of them can't smoke. Well, you're not allowed to smoke, rather. So we're showing them gummies. We're showing them these solves, the rubs I was talking about. We're educating seniors because as a Caribbean person, Caribbean descent, it was the hardest thing telling my 87-year-old dad from Guyana that I'm working in cannabis. And his first thing was like, hey, can you get me a gummy? I haven't been able to sleep.
Yeah.
So we've been out educating a community because when you look at it as a health access piece, you know, the social determinants of health that we talk about so often, we want to make sure that communities of color get access to this through a medical card, through just education, where it's not a process we're being left behind in healthcare.
Yeah, and you also mentioned generational wealth. What do you have in mind?
Well, New York State has done an amazing thing about that. They're creating a way where Black and brown individuals who have been impacted on the war on drugs are the first to get a chance to get the business, whether it's a retail store, it's a cultivation, transportation. And so what we want to do is just be partners in that.
Yeah.
We want to be able to help that process, get folks the education they needed, get them enrolled in these licenses, and take back what was taken back from us years ago.
Yeah. So you can put it in a peace pipe. Put it in a peace pipe. Smoke it on up. Now, where are you located?
Well, like I said, we're not located in New York. We're in Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Florida, Arizona. But we're applying to be in New York because of one, understanding how it's affected communities of color. And that's our thing, to make sure the access to the healthcare and also empowering those who are looking to be entrepreneurs in this.
Yeah, that's great. So you can do it online though, right? The physical stores are in those other places. You have a physical store, brick and mortar in New Jersey.
Yeah, so we have 3 physical stores in New Jersey. It's the Woodbridge, Union, and Eatontown, called Garden State Dispensaries, and that's adult use. You can go drive get whatever you need. You don't need a medical card. It's great.
Yeah. And which one are you located at?
Well, I basically do head corporate responsibility for the entire country.
Yeah.
So I'm always on a plane, but I'm a Brooklyn guy. Big fan of yours. All the years you're in caucus. But yeah, I'm a Brooklyn guy.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
So I wanted to come home. I wanted to come home. I want to be able to stay home to work.
Any investment possibilities?
Well, and that's something that we're really trying to educate the community on, because from our standpoint, we want Black and brown folks to invest in each other. So I think that the state of New York did a great job with their equity fund, but we should get folks who, want to do a susu, want to put this money in this lotto, put it into this investment portfolio. It's something that I think will be huge for us as a people.
Oh, man. Hey, man, Khari, thank you so much. Khari Edwards, Head Corporate Responsibility, Air Wellness Incorporated. Where can we go? You have a website for this?
Yes, we're at www.airwellness.com, or you can follow us on Instagram on Air Social. Air Social Impact. That's our at Air Social Impact.
Hey, Khari, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you for sharing.
I'll see you in February, hopefully.
You got it. All right. See you then.
All right.
Albany. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. I want to join our host, Keeping Our Lean, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentin on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for the all-new episodes of Open. For all of us here at Bronx Night, have a great and enjoyable day. And always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. Remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. So say you can, and you will. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. Catch you another day, another way. I love you all. Peace.